Hi, my name is Andrea Duart. I'm going to be doing my musculoskeletal assessment. I will have my, here's my ID badge. I will have my test patient read the volunteer statement while I scan the room.
I, Leonard Duart, voluntarily give Maryville University permission to record any image and or voice and grant support the mission of the university. I understand that the following information will be gathered by a Maryville University student as part of the course assignment. I give my express consent to this information gathering and physical assessment to be filmed and posted in the student's course shell for access by faculty and students at Maryville University. I further acknowledge that since the recording is for educational purposes only, and the information is not meant to be diagnostic, therefore Maryville University and faculty, staff, and students are not considered liable. This recording will be deleted by the student and any of the devices as it has been reviewed and guided by the instructor.
Okay, so let me just adjust the camera because it's not fully in view. There we go. So I've done hand hygiene. Knock, knock. Hello, my name is Andrea Duart. I'm a nurse practitioner student. I'm going to do a physical exam on your musculoskeletal system. Can you please tell me your name?
Leonard Duart.
And can you tell me your date of birth, please?
5/11/73.
Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to have you stand, and I want you to face this way so you're in view of the camera. Okay, perfect. I'm going to start with the temporomandibular joint, and throughout the assessment, I'm going to be doing range of motion. So I'm going to be testing flexion, extension, rotation. So with any of them, if you feel any tenderness, let me know, because that's one of the things I'm assessing for. So I'm going to start with the temporomandibular joint. I'm going to have you open your mouth. Close your mouth. I'm going to have you go jaw side to side. Yep. And then jet your jaw out. Okay, perfect. Any pain there?
No.
Okay, everything looked normal there. I'm going to check the range of motion of your neck. I'm going to have you go chin to your chest. Now look up. And then we're going to go look over your right shoulder and then over your left shoulder. And then bring your left ear to your shoulder and then right ear to your shoulder. Okay, so you had good range of motion there. Next, I'm going to move on to your shoulders, and I'm just going to lift this up here. I'm taking a look and feel through the girdle of your shoulders. I'm looking for any muscle twitching. Turn around, please. Any contour problems, deformities, abnormalities, and everything looks normal there. So go ahead and turn forward. We're going to do some range of motion with your arms. Make sure you're still in mute. So I'm going to have you raise your arms up over your head. Good. And then come back down. And then you're going to, as best you can, maybe even adjust this way, arms towards your back. Okay, perfect. And then you're going to bring each arm across. Perfect. And then you're going to go reach up behind you and touch the opposite shoulder, and then the other side as well. Okay, excellent. Here, back up just a little bit, make sure we're in view of the camera. So now I'm going to take a look at your elbow. So if you can, I'm just doing the range of motion for your elbow. If you can bend your arms and then extend, and then palms down, palms up, palms down again. Okay, so good flexion, extension, and rotation of your elbows. The next thing I want to do is take a look at your wrists. So I'm going to have you hold your hands out front, and with palms down I want you to point to the floor, and then palms up I want you to point to the ceiling, and then you can do palms down again. Yeah, bring your arms up. Perfect. And I want you to bring your fingers in towards each other. Perfect. Keep your arms extended though. I want you to bend at your wrist. There you go. Now bring your arms out. So good abduction, adduction. And then I want you to put your hands out like this. Now bend your fingers like at the fist. Now pull back at the knuckle. Perfect. And then if you can touch your thumb to each one of your fingers, the tips of each of your fingers. And then if you can spread your fingers wide and close them tight. Excellent. So at this point, I'm going to also, let me see your arm. I'm going to do a couple of tests for the, to see if there's any potential carpal tunnel. So the tunnel test, I'm going to be tapping along. I want you to tell me if you feel any tingling or numbness to your thumb, index, middle finger, or part of your ring finger. Any numbness there?
No.
Okay. And then the next test we'll do for that, so I'm just tapping along that. Okay, is I'm going to have you put your arms together here. So do this for a full minute. And if you had any numbness or tingling or pain there, that might also be an indication for carpal tunnel. While we're standing, you can put your arms down. I'm going to have you put your arms out like this. I'm going to hold pressure here. I want you to push against me. Do you have any pain in your shoulders?
No.
Okay, so I'm testing for, just one of the tests for impingement of the, have you actually turn this way, shoulder. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do the NEAR test. I think I'm saying that right. It's one of the shoulder impingement tests. I'm going to stabilize the scapula here. I'm going to rotate your arm in, and I'm going to bring your arm, nope, you keep your arm straight. I'm going to bring your arm up. Do you have any pain in your shoulder?
No.
Okay, so that's also checking for impingement. Okay, so next we're going to look at your spine. And I want you to turn around for me, please. And I'm just going to lift up here. I just want to make sure you're in view. So here, let's pull up. Okay, so I'm looking for any deformities here, any problems with curvature, any tenderness, do you have any at all?
No.
Okay, if you can bend forward just slightly so I can look at your curvature. Okay, that looks good. I don't see any abnormalities there. And then I'm going to have you just take a couple steps back and forth. I watched your gait when you walked in. I'm going to have you walk back. But I'm just noting that your gait is smooth and normal, and I don't see any problems with your knees look symmetric, and I don't see any atrophy of your quadriceps. So for range of motion for your spine, I'm going to have you stand right here, kind of like you were. Sorry. Nope, it's facing me. Okay, I'm going to have you bend forward and touch your toes, and then stand up. I want you to bend it back as far as you can go. Okay, perfect. And then if you can rotate to the right and to the left, and then if you can bend at the waist, the right and left. So good lateral bending, good flexion, extension, and good rotation. So we're going to move to the hips. If you can go ahead and first let's have you lie on your stomach first. We only have one test to do on your stomach, and then we'll do the rest on the back. So I'm going to have you lift your leg up off of the table, and then and then actually bend your knee, and now press up. Perfect. And then the other one, if you bend your knee and then press up. Perfect. Now if you can lie onto your back. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to have you bring your knee up to your chest, or up to your belly, kind of pull in towards your belly. Perfect. Another side. Okay, excellent. And then I'm going to have you take your right leg and move it out away from your body. Perfect. And the other side. Okay, now here I'm going to lift up your right leg. I want you to move this leg in underneath your leg. Perfect. And back. And then I'm going to lift this one. I want you to move that in. Okay, good. So good flexion, extension, abduction, adduction. Now testing your knees. First, I'm going to take a look at your knees. I'm going to make sure that the camera is in view here. And I'm just looking for any physical problems. I'm going to test for a fusion by doing the ballottement and the bulge test. So I'm going to press down here and check for any floating. I don't feel any of that. And then the other one, I'm going to check for any bulging on the side here. I don't see any of that. Now to tuck your knees, I'm going to have you bend your knee up and then extend it out. Perfect. And then on the other side, up and extend out. Okay, and then just stay like that. I'm going to have you bring your knee in. Good. And then knee out. Perfect. We'll do the other side. Okay. Knee in, knee out. Good. And then while we're here talking about your knees, we can check for meniscal issues. I'm going to do the McMurray sign. So I'm going to bring your leg up, and I'm going to laterally kind of rotate and bring down. Any pain there in your knee?
No.
Okay. And then I'm also going to check, I'm going to have you bring your knee at a 90-degree angle. I'm sorry, just bent as far as you can go. Perfect. This is going to be the anterior posterior. I'm going to sit on your foot here. I'm just going to pull and push, and I'm looking for any pain or tenderness in the knee, which I don't see. Okay, and then I will have you, I'm going to have you do this lying down because we're not on a high enough surface for you to point your toes down to the floor, but I'm just doing range of motion on your ankles. So can you actually scooch up a little bit on here so that you can get your feet in view? Okay, perfect. I want you to point your toes down as far as you can. Now bring them up to your nose. Okay, and then I want you to move your heels outward. So bending at the ankle, if you can bring your toe in this way and your heel out this way.
Which way?
So bring your toe in and your heel out. So actually you might have to lift your leg up. Yep, perfect, perfect. Out and in. Well, don't bend your leg, just just at your ankle. Yeah. I think you do have some limited range of motion with your ankles. Okay, perfect. So we have tested your range of motion for everything. We did two tests for your carpal tunnel, and we also looked for shoulder impingement, for ligament and meniscal. One more test I'll do for the meniscal is to bring your leg up and hold here and kind of rotate kind of in and out, looking for issues with your knee. I think that is all. Thank you.